characters, Aquaman, Superman, Batman, everybody is aware of. But, the introduction of Supergirl, which is really exciting. The Flash's villain, Gorilla Grodd.
Oh, wow.
Is also a lot of fun. He plays, different than you'd expect. And Atrocitus, who is kind of like, a big, red, angry version of Green Lantern.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you can think of him as that way. Red Lantern. He's the opposite of Green Lantern in almost every way. But I guess we can go ahead and start the gameplay with them and give you an idea of this new system that we're introducing in Injustice 2. With Injustice, we always say, it's big battle of the gods, huge destruction, transitions, multiple arenas. It's awesome. And with the sequel, of course, we're going to add new characters, and expand on that whole thing. But the gear system, what we're calling the gear system, is really like the foundation of what is brand new, what we're bringing to the table, differentiated from Injustice, as well as differentiating it from other fighting games.
Wow, very cool. So, like with each match that you fight, you'll be grabbing gear, or how does that work?
Yeah, so like after a fight is done, you're going to acquire some gear, and the gear actually powers up your character. So every character in the game has thousands and thousands of boots, utility belts, cowls, capes, insignias, and when you finish playing the game, it's kind of like XP. You're getting a drops of gear.
Sure.
And then you get to actually apply them to your character, and they power your character up in different ways. Defense, your strength, your abilities that you use in the with your special moves and your health meter, and you are in a constant process of leveling up.
So
yeah.
Now, does this carry on to like online also? Like, will I be able to face Superman versus my Superman, where it's decked out differently?
Yeah, and what you said is really key. It's like your Superman,
Right.
your Batman, your Aquaman against somebody else's, and it's all personalized, and it is you literally customizing, molding your version of these characters that go up against somebody else's.
I love that idea because you see so often, there's certain characters who will be more popular than others, and
Yes.
you see a lot of mirror matches. But now, like you said, like you can have your, maybe I'll focus on like more offense type gear, versus maybe Swifter's defense type, gear.
Exactly.
Sounds very
You notice here there's this big transition. You can throw your opponent into a new arena where there's a whole new palette of objects that you can actually use in the fight. That was something that really resonated with the last Injustice, and we really wanted to bring it over. And you look at these characters again. With Atrocitus. He's all about anger and hate and blood. So he has all these kind of blood moves. He can bring out the
And flying cats.
Yeah. His name is Dexstar, and he's actually also a Red Lantern in the DC lore.
Wow.
And so Atrocitus can bring him out, use him, and he actually aids in the battle of fight. Yeah, it's exciting. And Gorilla Grodd is all about big kind of primal moves mixed in with telekinetic moves. He's blasting them down back into the street arena where.
I was just going to say, and here we see the environmental interaction again.
Yeah,
Oh,
going
yeah.
busting through walls, bouncing off. You feel the
Exactly.
power of like these attacks.
Oh yeah, and we always describe it as like the battle of the gods, And so Grodd here is his.
Oh.
That's what I love seeing too. Just like these two brawlers beat the crap out of each other.
The variety of characters in this game is actually going to be even wider than the last one. So here is where we were talking about in terms of the gear. Like when you finish a round, your characters are leveling up. You see the stats of their strength and all that. But then this gear that you're rewarded with, the Curse of Rage, his new arms for Atrocitus, and Grodd has these. You can also be awarded gear for other characters.
Yeah, I just
you want
noticed
to level up your other characters. It kind of gives you an incentive to really build up the entire cast.
That is very cool.
That is all. I'm actually really, really excited about like the loot drop system and like looking at like, if I face off against a man who's got like, that awesome gauntlet. Like, what am I going to do? Like, counter that or whatever.
Exactly. Or when you go online and you see somebody wearing some crazy crown, you're like, where did you get that?
Exactly.
And so there's a lot of kind of like this big collection mechanic going on.
Oh man, when is this coming out? I'm sorry, I'm like jumping to that, but I just want to play.
No, of course.
Unfortunately, we got to wait until 2017.
Oh,
for it to
bad
come out.
boy!
Yeah, Yeah, but it's going to be worth the wait. You know, like we were saying. You know, there's bigger roster of characters. This whole gear stuff is going to be so exciting, and just another great opportunity is with the first Injustice. There's always characters who didn't get in the roster.
Of course.
And a bunch of angry people that characters didn't get into the game. So a lot of it is satisfying those people, wanted to see Atrocitus, wanted to see Super.
Yeah, comic book fans in particular could be pretty vocal when they are not listening to.
And it's a great thing. I'd rather have people passionate about it, even if passion.
That's a nice, polite way to put it.
Yeah. No, absolutely. The people care, and these games, of course, there are fans of just Injustice itself, like we were talking about earlier. The comic book Injustice has really taken off, and fans just love the setting, like the story that the first game brought.
Oh, it was fantastic. It was such a great kind of summary of the events leading up to the first game. That's what was so cool about it. Yeah, he's really has anger issues.
Like you said, I love that idea that you guys come from the perspective that it's like the gods, like just these beings with like ultimate powers, just throwing down.
Exactly. It's kind of like thinking of you have these super powered beings all kind of assembled, and a story that kind of gives them a reason to want to beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah. So, are there any changes to like the combo system or like the mechanics? I'm sure you guys are still kind of tweaking that, of course.
Yeah, we're always refining it. We every game we really want to add nuances that not only can be appreciated by kind of casual guys, but the hardcore fighting game guys. We really are big fans of esports and everything, and we really want to have this game be a big part of it with tournaments and all that stuff. So there's a lot of really deep layers that we've added to the game for those players.
Love seeing the back and forth there, like even as you choose the characters.
Yeah,
that's a big part.
Back, like in Mortal Kombat, you always have like these like awesome, very custom interactions between characters, and is that like
exactly? We were so happy with how that turned out. And these characters, they have a lot of them have relationships with each other, and they have stories famous stories. They make references to those stories. It's great. So you see a lot of nods to the to some of the comics you might have read, or something you might have seen in other media, and it's great how you see those relationships. So they talk to each other before a fight, and it really kind of you'd be surprised how much it really adds a level of depth.
It really does.
Absolutely, keeping staying true to like the original kind of like source material that has come before. Because these characters, these are like the forefathers of the whole superhero comic scene, and very cool that you guys have taken that into account as well.
Yeah,
kept it in the game.
Yeah, we're and the characters like the returning characters, Aquaman and Batman and Superman. What's cool is we've given them new moves and really kind of updated them. So like they're your favorite character. You love how they play. There's going to be some familiarity about it, but there's also other layers of stuff.
Yeah. Oh man.
Poor Aquaman.
She's not messing around. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a transition into a train. I don't know if you guys have seen it on the right side. That is really cool because it's got you can actually the guy is actually like kind of spinning through the train here.
Oh, we're about to see it. Yeah.
There we go.
Oh,
that's great.
I love how it's Aquaman too. He's just getting knocked around.
Poor Aquaman.
Yeah, he's got this awesome super move that's. It's probably one of my favorite ones in the game right now. It's just kind of really, it's just so ridiculously over the top. Yeah. Considering his last one had this big shark, he really wanted to have something that kind of one up that whole thing.
Wow!
Is this it, or
I think we're seeing it right now. Look at that! Oh, it's looking like prehistoric.
It's not even over.
Wow!
Oh, sick.
Yeah, I just want to say, Supergirl, she actually deserved that. Like, she's been knocking him around a while.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh man, I'm probably most excited for the loot system though. That sounds like so like amazing. Just keep me coming back. Looking forward to the end of every match.
Exactly. Like fighting games are really all about traditionally have been about here's the character that we made. You learn it, you master it, you get it. Now we're all about kind of giving the player more personalization into it and an ongoing molding of your character, and the constant process of getting the drops and everything is really cool.
Right.
the rare legendary, things like that.
The game is looking fantastic. You said we're going to be waiting until 2017 to be able to play it.
Yeah, it'll be worth the wait, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Looks
Yeah.
As I always tell game devs, you just take all the time you need. I would rather play a game that you guys are ready to release rather than rushed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful. And so, what platforms is it going to be available on?
Right now, we've announced it's coming out for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
Okay.
And, so we'll see as time goes on.
Sweet.